Breaking news, everyone! Today, April 3rd, 2025 at 2:09 p.m. UTC, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake rocked the Reykjanes Ridge in the North Atlantic Ocean. That's right, deep beneath the waves, the Earth decided to shake things up. But what does this mean for the surrounding continents? Could a tsunami be on the way? Stick around as we dive into the science, the risks, and what might happen next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. First, let's set the stage. The Reykjanes Ridge is part of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a massive underwater mountain range, where the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates are slowly pulling apart. This is a divergent boundary, meaning the plates are moving away from each other and it's a hotspot for seismic activity. Today's quake struck at a depth of 10 kilometers, pretty shallow for an earthquake, which often raises the question, could it trigger a tsunami? Now, tsunamis happen when an earthquake displaces a huge amount of water, sending waves racing across the ocean. The Reykjanes Ridge sits in the middle of the North Atlantic, far from densely populated land masses, but it's not completely isolated. To the east we've got Europe, Iceland, the UK and Scandinavia. To the west there's North America. Think Greenland and eastern Canada. So, could today's 6.9 quake send waves their way? Let's break it down. Here's the good news. A magnitude 6.9 earthquake is strong, but it's usually not enough to generate a massive ocean-wide tsunami. Experts say you typically need a quake of magnitude 7.5 or higher, with significant vertical movement of the sea floor, to cause widespread concern. Since the Reykjanes Ridge is a divergent boundary, the motion here is mostly horizontal, plates sliding apart, rather than the vertical thrust you'd see in subduction zones like the Pacific Ring of Fire. That reduces the tsunami risk significantly. That said, shallow quakes like this one can sometimes cause localized water disturbances. Posts on X and early reports suggest the quake was felt in the data, but no tsunami warnings have been issued as of 10:51 a.m. EDT today. The U.S. Tsunami Warning System and other agencies are likely monitoring the situation, and so far it's all clear. For Iceland, just 300 to 400 kilometers away, any wave would likely be small, maybe a few centimeters at most, and dissipate before causing trouble. But let's talk about the bigger picture. If a tsunami formed, what could it mean for surrounding continents? Europe's western coasts, the UK, Ireland and Norway, are over 1,000 kilometers from the epicenter. At that distance, even a larger quake would struggle to send destructive waves. North America's eastern seaboard, like Newfoundland or Nova Scotia, is even farther, around 2,000 kilometers away. The energy of any potential tsunami would spread out and weaken across the vast Atlantic, making significant impact unlikely. Now, the Atlantic isn't immune to tsunamis. Remember the 1755 Lisbon earthquake? A magnitude 8.5 quake off Portugal sent waves crashing into Europe and North Africa. But that was a different beast. A subduction-related event with a much bigger punch than today's 6.9 on the Reykjanes Ridge. History shows us that this region's quakes rarely pack that kind of tsunami-making power. So, what's the takeaway? Today's magnitude 6.9 earthquake on the Reykjanes Ridge is a reminder of how active our planet is, but the tsunami threat to surrounding continents looks minimal. Iceland might see some minor water movement if anything at all, but Europe and North America can breathe easy for now. Scientists will keep studying the data. Aftershocks could still shake things up, so we'll keep you posted. What do you think? Are you near the Atlantic and keeping an eye on the waves? Drop a comment below and let us know. If you enjoyed this deep dive, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends and subscribe for more science and nature updates. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.